Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this episode we've got a fantastic light from Hygger to look at, under test and under review. Follow along while we unpack and have a look at this new light. As most of you that watch the channel are aware, I've been looking for a decent light across these three grow out tanks. Now I do plan to run some potted plants in these, so having a decent light is going to be of paramount importance. At the moment I've got a horrible Hygger light over the top. I'm not sure what it is, but you can't really control it very well, and I can't turn the reds off and stuff like that, so I can only have white, red and blue or variations on a theme. Hygger have kindly sent me one of their latest lights called the Hygger Sun Moon LED Aquarium light, and it's a HG178. I've got the 40 watt 90 centimeter 36 inch version. Let's open this and take a look. In the box you get the power supply with a decent length of cord, the user manual, the light itself which looks very robust with the mounting brackets, and a controller that I've not seen before, so I might need to have a look at the instructions on this one. Let's get this set up. I'll have a read through the instructions and we'll pick back up. So let's start with the buttons then. I'm going to start with the third button down, and switching that on is your power. You can also, so you can probably see from the light, cycle through various different light modes if you want to sort of change your mood. The button at the top is your day night, and by switching it on day night you can choose between 6 hour, 10 hour and 12 hour, and then what happens is it'll ramp up and down and give you a white light and an orange light as it sort of ramps up to daylight hours. I'll put some pictures up showing you the graph. I think personally I'm going to put that on 10 hours, so that will give me 8 hours of daylight with, I believe, an hour each side. Don't quote me on that, we'll have to have a look at that. The next button down is the moonlight timer indicator. So you can set this to 3 hours, 5 hours and 12 hours. So that's this one. So that's if you want moonlight. Personally, I'm probably going to have that off, but some people might want that. Then we've got a moonlight timer setting. If I put this on to a moonlight, you can then set a dimmer option on that. So you can change the moonlight brightness as well. I'll need to figure it out a little bit better, but that's my understanding of it. And then the brightness indicator here, I believe it will remember the last setting, the last color setting. So if we switch that off as an example, put it on moonlight, I believe you can then activate the moonlight setting and then change it. So an example would be if my moonlight was red, I can have it red on a specific brightness, and then when I activate that moonlight setting, I can choose how long that specific brightness is on for. I can't adjust the brightness of daylight, so if I put that on 10 hours and a moonlight setting of 3 hours, it will remember the last colour I had that moonlight on. So for me, that moonlight's going to be red for 3 hours after it goes dark type thing. Hope that makes sense. And then what I'm keen to do here is just show you a before and after, so I don't have any control over the light that's currently on. And my frogs decided to sing while I was filming this, but that's not a bad thing. So that's before. I'll just show you this actually. So this was the light before. It's got blue LEDs in. You might be able to just make one out here. I know they don't pick up great on the camera, and I can turn the blues down, but I can't turn the reds down, so I get this real pinkish colour. I'd like to be able to put this on just white. It gets very hot, and it's quite a narrow light, hence me wanting to change it. It's alright as a backup light if I need to drop some light somewhere, but I'm not keen on it. So this is a Hygger Sky LED, I believe. The other thing I wasn't very keen on with the Hygger light is that it sits flush on the tank, so these lips don't sort of make it sit and rise above the tank, whereas the Hygers all do. Might be worth showing you these colours, guys. So without the moonlight and the programmed daylight on, I've got this on full brightness, and then the third button down, so this is the power and the mode button. If you've got those switched off, you can cycle through various colours, and I've got pink, green, full daylight, well, look how bright that is, red, is it red or orange? Ah, that's orange, yellow, green, pale blue, it's a nice colour that is actually, dark blue. So if I was going to do moonlight, that's what I'd have, but I'd have it on its lowest. And then back to pink. So that's one feature. Personally, I'm not going to use that. So what I'm going to use is, for now, what I'm going to do is leave it on full daylight. I'll switch it off tonight and then come and set my timer in the morning, and I'll put my timer on 10 hours. So I think that's an hour of ramp up until you get to full daylight, but I believe it gives it full daylight, and I'm just going to sort of knock this down a bit using the bottom button, because these fish in here, there are fish in here, believe it or not, these fish in here aren't used to this level of brightness. But let's put the cover on, show you how much difference it makes, and then you can sort of, I'll do a comparison side by side if I can. And previously, because of the other light, I couldn't lift these up, because the other light was stopping me lifting them up halfway down the tank. And that's what I want to do my comparison on. Genuinely impressed with that light, and I'd like to thank Hygger for sending that to me. If you're interested in that light, I believe it is a new light on the market. I'll drop links in the description. But with all that being said, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, consider subscribing to the channel, and drop us a like, leave us a comment. We answer all of the comments, even if it's just with a heart. Take care, everybody. Until next time. Bye-bye. I'll leave you with a little bit of time lapse of the Panduro juveniles that are growing out in here. I do have another one to move in here where the parents are. I'll get that in, and then hopefully we'll move these on shortly.